Good morning, guys. This is Simon with TRADENPERFROM Coaching. Just doing a kind of a quick welcome to the room intro and just some basic things. So the first thing I'm going to cover is the term, and these are going to be quick 30-second snippets. What is an orthodox close? So a lot of times you'll hear me say, this is an orthodox close below the fourth channel. So what we mean by the fourth channel, these are Keltner channels, and we call these the top channel and the bottom channel fourth channels. Okay. It just evolved over time. So an orthodox close is when you get a close completely outside of that channel, meaning there's no physical contact. So this is an orthodox close. There's no, I'll blow this up a little bit. There is no physical contact. I'll make it really big. There's no physical contact with whatever topic we're looking at, right? So if I said this is a orthodox close above the fourth channel, this is an orthodox close. Now there's other areas, like this is our initial balance, right? And in order to determine which way the market is likely to lean intraday, like this is our last piece after we've set up the support resistance zones in the day, we'll come in and what I'll usually say is the first orthodox close above or below that above that zone will help us give us direction, right? So like today I would have said this is the orthodox close underneath our initial balance, right? And that I would expect pushes back up to get pushed back down as long as the entry is on process, right? So again, a lot of people will go, well, Simon, what do you mean by orthodox close? That means that there's whatever setup I'm looking at, that there is no physical contact with that area. So sometimes it's the fourth channel, sometimes it's the initial balance or the bull bear line that we get to figure out which way the bias is likely to go above or below from that area, and that will get established. Like for example, if this bar closes above, we will switch from a downside bias to an upside bias if I get an orthodox close above, right? And I might say that in the room. I'm trying to think of any other instance that I might use orthodox close above or below. Okay, so sometimes we have a term in the room called supernova. So that would be used off of a smaller time frame chart, and it kind of gives us a heads up. Don't worry, we don't use supernova a lot anymore, but let's say I was looking, supernova tells me when the market's likely to go one way or the other on a very small time frame chart. So let's say I'm looking here. I'm going to blow this up. This is a 15-tick chart. We no longer use it as our primary chart. However, if I'm looking at the trade here and I'll go, okay, if I get an orthodox close above this point, we'll now be in supernova. So this is the orthodox close above, pulls back, pushes out. Again, if you look over here to the right today, I would say when we get an orthodox close above this point, which we have not yet, then that point we would be in supernova. And that would have occurred if you look at this line across here, you would drag it all the way across. So this bar is the first bar that closes above that has no physical contact with the plane of this bar. That's an orthodox close above, and you can see when it pulls back, they're getting responsive buying. So again, when you hear me say the term orthodox close, that's what it means. No physical contact with whichever point I am looking at. And it's important because generally when you get an orthodox close above or below a key area, that determines or can determine the bias of which way we're looking, and then we're looking for the algos to set up in that direction. So that's what an orthodox close is, above and below. Okay, thanks guys.